Welcome back to Central Valley Talk, where we feature everything that's cool in the valley, in the entire valley. We like to celebrate what's good about Fresno, Clovis, Selma, Madera, Sanger, the whole valley. So today we've asked an expert on water to come in. Do you drink your water at home? I don't. So we found our friend Erick. Tell us about the water in Fresno. Do you drink it?
I do not.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm a big fan of not even touching it.
Not even showering or bathing in it?
Heck no. Because of the water filtering process that the cities do, they have to disinfect the water, and that disinfectant is either chlorine or chloramine. Chlorine being a bleach product. The only difference between chlorine and bleach is one's the sodium base and one's the calcium base. And they do that because one won't kill all the plant life and the other one will. But chlorine is bleach. Think about Clorox. And while nobody in their right mind would pour it directly on their skin, you take a 15, 20-minute shower and you are going to absorb hundreds of drops of it into your bloodstream.
Oh, into your bloodstream.
Oh,
it goes
yeah.
right through the skin.
It goes right to, it will visit every organ in your body in 26 seconds or less.
I do notice this about tap water is if I'm thirsty, I drink some tap water, I'm still thirsty.
Well, there's parts per million. It's called ppm, but the higher the parts per million in water, the harder your body has a time of absorbing the moisture. And literally, we have to absorb the moisture so that the oxygen can be carried throughout our body.
Now, what about our lawns? We're spraying this on our lawns. Are we poisoning our ground?
Yes and no. I mean, the lawns have adapted to it. Honestly, I grew a bunch of canna lilies a few years ago, and I only use good water on them, and they shoot up to 7 feet high.
Wow. Well, what's the option to the water that comes out of our tap?
Well, the option is, and the reality is that once the city does what they can to make the water that's called potable. The difference between non-potable and potable water is non-potable water make you sick or die. Potable water, they've done what they can.
You can survive it.
Yeah, you can survive it. It's still going to do long-term damage the longer you deal with it. But the fact is that once it gets to your house and comes out of the ground, it's your responsibility to make it safe and healthy and trustable. What we do at Nuvia is we literally fix the water right at the source so that you can trust the water and you can benefit from the water, because instead of letting it tear your house apart from the inside out or letting it damage your family, we fix it so that literally the water is good to go everywhere. And then we purify it at the sink so that you can drink water that's actually good for you.
And you're not talking about bringing in bottles of water. You're talking about taking the water that's coming to the house and fixing it before you consume it or bathe in it. Or
Right. The crazy thing is that people buy 2-3 cases of bottled water a week, a lot of the families I run into. And then they spend all kinds of money on stuff like Tide, Gain, SunPower, Cascade, and all this different stuff. And these are all chemicals that are designed to fight your hard water. They spend more money fighting the fight after it's already inside the house than it takes to fix the problem. When you fix the problem, you turn water into your ally, because right now it's just not. And we fix the water so that it literally enhances everything it touches versus basically slowly destroying everything it touches.
Yeah, and I was asking about water in the lawn. You said, now obviously you use this fixed water at your house, and you say just watering your canna lilies, they took off.
Oh, yeah. The thing is
a little healthier water for them.
It's absolutely healthier. We typically bypass the irrigation, okay? And every house has an irrigation, especially the newer houses, all have an irrigation system on them. We attach to the water after the fact. And we also bypass the fire system so that we're not interfering with the sprinklers in the roof and all that.
Okay, I see.
So we have a really good system for doing this. Our installer has only got 25 years of experience.
Wow.
He's seen everything.
What is the system? Is it just a filter? You run through some kind of filter?
Yes, it's a couple of giant canisters in most cases, or a single canister. But what we do is we remove all the calcium, magnesium, and limestone, which also gets a giant portion of the heavy metals. It's just science. It's negative to positive. Think of it as a magnet picking up paper clips. Once we've gone through that, we also run it through what's called catalytic carbon. Catalytic carbon is able to handle chlorine or chlorine wrapped in ammonia, and quite literally it makes the water what it's supposed to be. It's just water.
And so it's kind of going through a couple systems. One system takes care of the heavy metals, another system takes care of other things. And
right. We want to rip out all the things that are just not good for you or your house. I mean, all you got to do is look at stuff like the tray in your ice maker, and it's covered in that white powder. You look at your faucet head, and it's covered in that white calcium. Look at your shower head, your shower glass. You look everywhere you look, this stuff is sticking to it because it has the opposite magnetic charge. So what we do is we strip those ions out of the water, and at the same time we strip out the disinfectant so that your water isn't literally drying your skin out, drying your hair out, drying your face out. It's not damaging you.
Now, I said earlier, when I drink water out of the tap, because I'm thirsty, I'm still thirsty, I go buy, and I spend a lot on this smart water, but your water would take care of that.
Absolutely.
Cleaned, what do you call it, cleaned water?
Well, it's reverse osmosis
Reverse
water.
osmosis,
and,
okay.
and literally to understand that, just imagine that I was running water through this curtain here, or this tablecloth. Whatever is bigger than the holes doesn't make it through. Reverse osmosis, a true reverse osmosis is a series of membranes. We squeeze the water through it, and it rejects things that are too big. Like in our reverse osmosis, our holes are 500 thousandths of an inch in diameter. So that's a half a millionth of an inch. And if it's that size or bigger, it doesn't make it through. So we just keep the water and kick out the garbage.
Okay. And do you have to change the filters every once in a while?
Occasionally, yes. And it depends on where you live. Some areas you can go 2-3 years without swapping out the filters. It's easy to It's easy to check and test. But if you live somewhere like Los Banos or Hanford, Lemoore, where your TDS levels are staggeringly high, well, then every year.
Right. In my head, as we're talking, I was calculating. I paid $3 for one of these smart waters. I go through one a day, so that's like $90 a month. Plus, you said by using the water you're recommending, you don't need the same amount of detergent, or you don't need such a harsh detergent?
In most cases, people would use about 1/5 of what they use now, because literally most of the chemicals that we buy off the shelf are designed to fight hard water. Once you've won that war, then basically all you need is soap. You don't need detergent. Detergent's a fancy word it's like an umbrella that covers all the chemicals. It's an easy, pleasant sounding word, but it's not soap.
Right. Now I'm trying to think, anybody in Fresno should have this, because all of us have that hard water all throughout Fresno.
Oh, yes.
Where do they find out about your company? Should they start at a website or call you direct?
Well, you can call me direct. Literally, it's 559-903-4850. I am the area manager for the whole valley, so if I can't reach your house, I can have somebody reach your house.
Okay.
And there's no obligation whatsoever. It's just an education/demonstration.
So it's free to talk to you. Just
Absolutely.
find out. Maybe go out and look at their water and
Come out
see if
and-
they need something.
Well, yeah. I mean, we base every system on a house-by-house basis depending on what's needed. And quite literally, just by what you just told me, you literally are buying a water system and you don't have one.
Right. I'm paying for one.
Yeah, that's just in the smart water.
Yeah.
And that's not counting your laundry detergent, your dishwashing soap, your dish soap, your shampoo, hand wash, body wash. We have a soap package that covers 95% of all the stuff you use in the house, if not more. And we include that so that you can get the chemicals that are also dangerous out of your house. It's a complete package. We solve the entire problem.
Yeah. Now say your company name again.
It's Nuvia Water Technologies, and you can go to nuviawatertechnologies.com. You can reach me at Erick at nuviawater.com, or again, call my phone number, 559-903-4850.
Rarely have we had someone on that everybody in Fresno needs that person, and everybody in Fresno does need you. So
I personally believe that there's no reason to have raw water in your house. There's just nothing good about it.
Right. If you, it's free to call Erick.
Absolutely.
It's free to call Erick. Have him come to your house, check it out, see what your home needs, and maybe get an estimate and think about it. But I would start by calling Erick Carson, 903-4850.
Yep.
And we'll be back with more Central Valley Talk right after this.
Thank you, man.